Well, with us now is the social media commentator and lawyer Kevin Poulter. Kevin, good for her.
Good for her. Good for her. And not just for her. Good for all the people,
yes,
the little people, if you like. She says in the letter, it's not about me. She's got a fifth album out, she can support herself. It's about the independent, it's about the people that are starting out. And this is a victory for her and against the biggest company in the world.
Well, isn't it interesting, sorry to interrupt you, that all the indie artists were kind of murmuring and moaning in the background about this, but she's actually the only one who spoke out?
Well, what we don't know is what deals have been done behind the scenes, and I think what social media has done now is to break down some of those barriers. What would have been kept behind closed doors has now been put out there, and Tumblr, where the letter was posted, Twitter, as we know, she's got 59 million followers. There's a huge power, there's a voice there. And as she says, never in her wildest dreams could she have expected to have such success. But now she's using that success and she's using it for everyone.
It was good that it was her. It took someone of her calibre to actually do it. And it isn't just about her talent as a singer, and I love her as well. It's about her appeal to young girls, daughters. I've got a daughter that adores her and all her friends. They regard her as a role model.
That's right. And it's now that she's proving herself as a businesswoman as well. And the whole looking back to Spotify, it was a big step to take that music away. But she's doing it, arguably, the questions are about the reasoning, but arguably she's doing it for the right reasons, and it's not just about her.
How bad is this for Apple, though?
Do you know, it's not that bad. We've seen before, they can weather the storm. They've come from being in a very dark place sort of 10, 15 years ago, and to, say, being one of the biggest company in the world. They're doing well. What this U-turn suggests to me is that they are prepared to listen now, and that's the first time I think we've heard that.
I mean, really, don't they just regard this as the normal rough and tumble of business, that they will push and push and push as much as they can, and then they just accept it?
They've got to answer to shareholders at the end of the day. And they will. Arguably, the big... what we've got to think about is the big record companies, the labels out there, who perhaps were prepared to take a bit of a challenge, take a bit of a bet on this. And the story is that Apple were offering enhanced royalties with a view to compensating for that initial 3-month period, which the big artists, the big companies can weather. It's, again, those smaller ones who are starting out, who don't have perhaps the mainstream appeal, who couldn't weather it for that 3 months, or would struggle to. Despite the higher revenues, Apple have now said they'll stick to that original offer, those higher revenues, that higher sort of payback, which initially would have offset against that 3 months. They're saying now, we'll give you that 3 months, we'll pay you for that at those higher rates, and we'll pay you those higher rates in future as well. Higher than Spotify, apparently, and higher than even possibly Tidal, which was, of course, the platform that was introduced by Jay-Z.
So how much of a precedent has this set now?
Well, if you look at social media today, Taylor Swift's being asked to give her opinion on the sort of gas prices, plough into the debate, which has revolutionised the world. Now, whether she's got the power to do that, let's get her into Greece. Whether she's got the power to do that or not, with her 59 million Twitter followers, we'll have to wait and see. But she's prepared to to make that stand, and we've seen this before. Making the stand against Apple, I think, is a big step. It's not something that people do. We've seen U2 previously getting quite close to Apple and delivering its album through them. This is taking a challenge, making a stand, and good for her.
OK, thank you so much for coming in.
It was a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, very interesting.